As a metropolitan city, Xi'an is the most densely populated city in western China. According to the Economist Intelligence Unit's report in July 2012, Xi'an is considered to be one of the most famous 13 cities in China. Xi'an has been a melting pot of the world. It has attracted thousands of companies from dozens of countries to invest in the city. But the tourism industry is most encouraged by the Chinese government, as it brings in huge foreign exchange. One of the most famous places is the Muslim Street, crowded with foreign tourists every day. Located at the Muslim Square in the city center of Xi'an. The Muslim Street is a heaven for food lovers. There are some 50,000 Muslims living in Xi'an, many of whom are from the minority Hui. Hegan Kian is one of the Muslim merchants living in this area. Like many Muslim citizens, Mr. He also manages a halal restaurant. Mr. He inherited the business from his parents. Mr. He busies himself early in the morning. He always goes to the traditional market near his home. The market has been a gathering place for the area's community of Xi'an, despite their various cultural traditions and religious backgrounds. After finishing shopping, Mr. He went home and started to prepare the food. Just like a family business, each member has a job. They work together happily. His daily routine as a merchant does not make him become ignorant of his obligation as a Muslim to pray. Hegan Kian and his son visit a nearby mosque to perform their prayers. Xiaopiyan Mosque is located not far from He Gangqian's house. It is one of the 10 popular mosques in Xi'an. The influence of Ming Dynasty architecture and Middle Eastern architecture can be found in each corner of the building. After his prayer had finished, He Gangqian joined his family to continue the preparation of the food to serve the customers. When the meal is ready, they started to set up the room at the first floor, with many tables and typical Xi'an Muslim menu.
We also enjoy a normal life for other kind of activities, such as entertainment and social life. We keep good relationships with all of our neighbors, and some of our neighbors are non-Muslims. They are all from the Han, and we have been living with them in harmony for a very long time. Our ancestors has taught us to respect others, your neighbors, despite of different faiths and races. We regard them and treat them just like our brothers and sisters. The relationship is just as close as family.
He Gangqian's restaurant is located near to other similar restaurants on the famous Muslim street, known as a street for gourmet, a heaven for food lovers. This area is always crowded with foreign tourists all day long. The Silk Road that stretched for thousands of kilometers and connecting Asian and European countries to China has brought Muslim merchants and Islam to China. The long history of Xi'an makes it the city with the most historic sites in all of China. For example, the Great Mosque of Xi'an. The Great Mosque is located in the Muslim district of Huijie Lane, Buyunamen Street, near the city's landmark bell tower and drum tower. This ancient Chinese building, influenced by the Middle Eastern architecture style, has a unique architectural style. A big prayer hall at the main courtyard is located at the end of the complex. It can accommodate over 1,000 people. The interior walls of the praying hall are decorated with Islamic calligraphy. During the medieval period, when the Silk Road thrived, a number of visitors from the Arab countries and Persia played an important role. They married with local Han people and settled down permanently. The Silk has linked many people on Earth from the west to the east. Archaeologists was reported to have found a 700-year-old female mummy wearing silk clothes in an Egyptian village. The discovery explains that silk had been used since the time of the Ptolemaic dynasty, including during the Cleopatra period. The Silk Road has changed the world's trading map up to present. In general, there are three major routes of the ancient Silk Road, which served as the main lanes which connect China to Asia-Pacific, Europe, and Africa. It is known as the Northern, Central, and Southern routes. The Silk Road has taken a significant role in the process of cultural blossom of China, India, and Rome. The Silk Road has been the fundamental change of the modern world up to present day. Legacy of the Golden Age can still be seen in many of its connected cities, especially the city of Xi'an. This is 0 point of Tang West Market in ancient Tang Chang'an City. The economy was prosperous in the Tang Dynasty. Merchants from around the world came to this market to get the best quality of silk. Tang West Market Museum is the first civilian on-site museum in China with a total area of 3.5 hectares. Entering the museum, visitors will see a display of a glass-made floor on the original West Market site. The museum has a total collection of more than 20,000 pieces. It comprises of various cultural relics from the ancient city of Chang'an. Covering a long period of history, its collection covers about 3,000 years of ancient dynasties. Shops, restaurants, and offices are located side by side to some old buildings. It provides beautiful yet contrast views and becomes symbols of West Market museums. A Chinese trade ship displayed at the corner of the square reminds every visitor that the Silk Road existed not only on the land, but also in the sea. A large field in the middle area of the market serves as a center to host regular performances of various cultural shows from the Silk Road era. As a center of Silk Road, Xi'an City is blessed with numbers of cultural heritage sites, both above the land and beneath the earth. The historical discovery of thousands of terracotta warriors has attracted the world's attention. This is one of many concrete evidence of the phenomenal ancient Silk Road. It represents one of the 20th century's greatest archaeological discoveries, showing the advanced level of science and arts of the Qin dynasty. Since the time of discovery, experts continue the excavation work up to present in the area of the largest museum in the world, with the total area of 45.69 hectares.
In fact, the Terracotta Warriors is covered. We have carried out many works on the site since the Terracotta Warriors is part of the whole mausoleum of the first Qin emperor. That includes the site of Terracotta Warriors, which serves as integral part of the site. And we do hope that we could discover more on this area. Important discovery includes some history. We have in our literatures, though, it is not clear yet. especially those mausoleums which are very clear, or the most compelling story of the underground palace, is still unknown for us. We wish to solve it archaeologically in the very near future, if possible.
The city of Xi'an has become a barometer for one to observe the beautiful heritage of the past and a glimpse of a modern metropolitan city at the same time. The city wall was built as an initial foundation of the ancient Chang'an city and served as the capital during the periods of 5 dynasties in the golden era of the Silk Road. Xi'an's ancient city wall was built as the defense system to protect the city. It embodied the defense function perfectly. This extremely well-preserved city wall is a wonderful testimony to the engineering and construction skills of the ancient Chinese people. Walking or biking around the top of the wall is awe-inspiring, with interesting and different views of the old and the new parts of Xi'an. It has 4 principal gates, and the city gate was the only access way to the city. Each gate was named according to the philosophy of its location. Chengli means eternal joy in the east. Anding means harmony peace in the west. The north gate is named Anyuan, which means forever harmony. And the south gate is named Yongning, meaning eternal peace. As a defense system, the city wall is connected to a tower with a giant bell that functioned to announce the night watches and alarms. The tower is connected to 4 gates of the city wall through 4 avenues. Which is now utilized for communal traffic and the subway. To the northwest of the bell tower, there is another tower called the Drum Tower. Both of them are called the sister buildings. In ancient China, the drums were used to signal the running of time, and on occasion were used as an alarm in emergency situations. There are 24 drums in its north and south sides. They stand for the 24 solar terms and were used to function as a kind of weather calendar to guide agricultural production. Xi'an was the eastern starting point of the ancient Silk Road. It is now the capital city of Shaanxi province. Since thousands of years ago, the region was an important path for cultural, commercial, and technological exchange between East and West. Majority Han people live in urban areas across the country, and many of them are farmers living in mountain valleys. The long and great history of ancient China passed a legacy of tolerance. Despite different cultural backgrounds, the minority Hui Muslims have lived with Han people in harmony for hundreds of years. Although they live together, the Han and Hui people retain their own culture and traditions. For merchants from around the globe, the Silk Road has been a dream and good luck. Xi'an was the melting pot of various cultures, races, foreign languages, and religious backgrounds. The market has contributed to create more prosperous traders. By the passage of time, the market has also formed the spirituality of the community. It changed the people, improved the civilization, developed prosperity from east to the west, and at the same time, it turned the fashion of society to be more colorful. It all started with the silk, a commodity that has changed the history of the world. The silk has become a symbol of multinational trading routes. Various aspects of life, commercials, government policy, and business ethics were reflected from the ancient history. It provides valuable experiences to learn for present generations and to be inherited for future generations.